did I share it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, which cross-post to more pages? No, not that page. Yes, share to a group. Yeah, okay, clear, since so I know which other groups to share. Okay. So I'm gonna be doing a little quick sharing, and then also apologies for starting out a bit late, but you know what? No, I'll explain why. But first things first, yeah. Live, share. Okay, just I'm doing a few more shares, guys. Just give me a minute, and then we will be ready to go. Okay, one more share. And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Sorry for starting a bit late. I actually drove a friend of mine to the airport, so it's not often I get to say that, and that is why when the time comes to help out someone, you help them out, even if it means you start your stream a few minutes late. So many apologies to everyone. I won't keep you guys waiting. We'll start the draft. So word on the street has it that hey, Tim Sopcack, yeah, good morning to you too. Also, thank you Jericho Ilagan for liking the stream. Yeah, best of luck. I'm wishing everyone a great rest of the year, and also a great and also here's to 2022 as well. But let's see if we can survive the rest of 2021. Yeah, starting out a bit late, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah, word on the street is the draft format is great as long as you don't run into someone that opens a bomb. And unfortunately for us, we did not open we opened a good card. I'll give it that. Inspired Idea is pretty good. You draw 3 cards for 3 mana. It's not a bomb. Am I willing to pass it? Probably, because it's kind of utility. If I had to take something here, it would most likely be Bleed Dry, because right now there are basically 2 important cards you want. It's either a bomb or something that can get rid of a bomb, and Bleed Dry would fall on the latter category. So we're gonna take that one. We are passing quite a bit of blue again. Not story of my life. We open a Howling Moon, which is also not a bomb, but it does help synergize our. It does help synergize into werewolves, of which we are passing 1. Unfortunately, the zombies aren't quite there, so there's no reason for us to go into zombies. I'm willing to take the Howling Moon just to speculate, but there is a good chance we might not end up with it. Might as well take it though, because my other pick would probably be the Sawblade Slinger. It's kind of fine, not that Prince. Yeah, it's pretty much Prince, but it's a very good format assuming no one has a Prince. Well, then again, if everyone has a Prince, then it'd be nice if everyone has an equal number of Princes, but sadly that's not the case. There's a Rot-Tide Gargantua, which I would like to speculate into. There's an Edgar's Awakening, which we can use to buy stuff back. I kind of want to get into the Rot-Tide Gargantua here. We might want to at least get into some form of big removal, and we might be able to get into zombies. Maybe. We'll see. Because otherwise, if not this, it's Sigarda's Imprisonment. That's also quite fine as well. But I don't want to go into 3 colors. And Sigarda's Imprisonment, it's good, but it's not great. Wash Away is nice. There's an Undead Butler, which I definitely would probably take here. We might go into... So the Howling Moon might not pan out, but we do want to be on the lookout for more zombies of the blue kind. Stitch Assistant looks fine. I definitely want to take the Undead Butler. It is a good way to buy stuff back. And it doesn't just commit us into blue quite yet. Imprisonment for Black-White. Okay. Black-White, I would have to be on the lookout for specific life gain cards. That's pretty much the only reason to get into Black-White. Well, the other reason is if you open Edgar himself. That's a very good reason to get into Black-White. But otherwise, you need to have the life gains. This is the second Sigarda's Imprisonment, and it is better than Grisly Ritual. You know what? Uh, you know what? We'll give it a shot. Besides, no other zombies, so no real reason to go into that. The only blue card is Dreadlight Monstrosity. There's a Grisly Ritual, but I think the Imprisonment might be better here. We'll give it a shot. I'm okay. The first one I had reasonable reason to pass it. Second one, okay, that definitely can't pass that anymore. So we're definitely taking that second one for sure. That said, so far it's nothing really great. Like even wow, it looks like everyone's bombing out on rares. I might just take the mischievous cat, guys. Yeah, I might just take the cat guys here. Consuming Tide is fine, but I don't want to be in double blue at this point. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I have a choice between Desperate Farmer, which is decent. There's also Mind Leech Ghoul, which I also like. I probably will take the Mind Leech Ghoul first, although this one does flip rather easily. But I kind of want to speculate into zombies, and that means cutting zombies aggressively at this point. We can go into the later ones later. That said, we are not exclusively into zombies. We can actually, like, if the blue doesn't pan out, we can go black, white, still have exploit triggers. Although in this case, it's looking awfully thin. I might take the Chill of the Grave over another Rot-Tide Gargantua. Skywarp Scab, decent for drawing cards, but it is a double blue card. I'm not too sure quite yet. I might just take the Chill of the Grave right now. Tim was saying Farmer. Okay, so it's looking... There's a Darkgraph Scavenger, which is also quite good. It's probably better than Stitched Assistant right now. Yeah, we're passing up a lot of early cards, but we might want to at least solidify the black for now. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm getting the notices quite late. My understanding is that black-blue doesn't pan out unless you have all the right fodder and exploit creatures. That is true in the sense that you do want to have an engine, but then again we're not too hard on it right now. I would agree that the Farmer probably would have been a better pick, but I kind of wanted to speculate on this for the time being. Probably gonna take the Entomber over the Ambush. So we did get one Wretched Trong back. So let's see how many more of these we get back. We got a Repository Scab. And, well, actually the Repository Scab is kind of good here, at least for the Bleed Dry. There's a Dreadlight Monstrosity I don't really want to run. There's a Blood Servitor, which is kind of fine. Well, it's a shame we're passing Hamlet, Vanguard, but we are taking the Archghoul of Traben here. This is definitely one of the payoffs for getting into zombies. Another Wretched Trong. Nothing much else. Not even in the land. Okay, removal, there's Fierce Retribution. But I think we definitely want to take the Archghoul of Traben. And we got another Archghoul of Traben, which is... Now, I probably want to take the second Archghoul over the Desperate Farmer, because at least this one, even when it itself dies, which usually happens, we still get the benefit. Desperate Farmer requires another creature to die first. It is very good in the black-white lifelink deck, though, I would say. But I think I would take the second Archghoul of Traben first. Okay, Geistlight Snare. Another Edgar's Awakening. I will take the second Bleed Dry, though. With a Repository Scab, that's essentially 3 copies of Bleed Dry here. We are a bit mid-heavy right now. Actually, we're still kind of top-heavy as well. I can always take Syncopate because it's always very good early. Alternately, I can take a Siphon Essence because that works even late. There's a Binding Geist, which is something it is something I can cast back. It's not very great though. I also want to avoid blue, but I'm probably gonna get a blue card anyway. I could always just take the Grizzly Ritual just to have extra removal. We only have like 2 copies of Bleed Dry. I think I will take at least one. Syncopate is probably the other pick, but I want to prioritize black first. Yeah, I'm looking at... Yeah, those are the rares I really want to get in the long run, but for the purposes of this draft, it doesn't really help us. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame there, I would say. Like, I really would have loved to take those lands, but they don't exactly help us win. There's an Unhallowed Phalanx, which I'm probably not going to take. We don't have the catapult to do it. There's a Vampire's Kiss. I might just take that. I don't really like any of these cards. I'm just going to take the Taxidermist, but I really don't feel tied to any of them. There's a Skywarp Scab, which is okay. Scattered Thoughts, kind of fine for card draw. There's another Grizzly Ritual, but I think 2 might be too much. Yeah, we're passing a lot of good. I think I want at least one Scattered Thoughts, though it does mean I want to look for more Disturbed cards. Okay, now we take the Desperate Farmer. Another Grizzly Ritual. I could also just take another Blood Servitor because our curve is not great, but I don't want a second Grizzly Ritual. Actually, both are arguable, so I can't say which of which is better. Okay, on the offhand, I end up playing green. I'm gonna actually take the Hookhand Mariner, but that's super unlikely at this point. Yeah, Scat. Aim for the head. Serpentine Ambush. Yeah, I definitely do not want to have too many copies of Grizzly Ritual. There's an argument for Honored Heirloom, but I don't think we really need it right now. If we had... Okay, now we can take a Siphon Essence. And Unhallowed Phalanx that I don't really want to run. Snarling Wolf. Come on, bomb! Actually, Parasitic Grasp is not bad, so I'm willing to take that. 14-6. I actually need one of these. But I have to take the Grasp. Hey! Okay, we got slightly paid off. We got Cemetery Illuminator. And nothing else. I would like the Cat Guys, but you know, we're taking the Illuminator here. So we did get paid off slightly. No, actually, it's not so much. Actually, no, it's a very good exercise. Actually, like when you're watching drafts, I actually do the same thing. Like, oh, I probably would have taken this. If the picks are different, it's a what if universe. It's actually very interesting. I don't mind it at all. Well, definitely don't want the Wretched Throng anymore. Selhoff Entomber is probably questionable as well, but we kind of want more 2-drops for the time being. No. That's actually... No, you actually highlighted the neat part of drafting. Like, oh, this is what are the options? And there are so many options. I'm pretty sure... What was my first pick? My first pick was a Bleed Dry. No. My first pick was Bleed Dry, right? Then my second pick was a green card. Okay, you know what? Thank you. Similar card contents, but you know what? I do like a second copy of this. I'm actually gonna take this now before I accidentally mispick something else. We got our bomb, but actually I'm also gonna take the catapult fodder because this gives us a long-term game. It's definitely better than any of the other cards. Stitched Assistant. No, I think I will take the catapult fodder. Not so sure where it fits in the... Yeah. It's very hard to say. In this particular instance, it was good I stuck with blue. But it would not always pan out like this. I definitely do not want to have too many undead butlers now that I can... I'll take the binding geist. All of a sudden, the undead butlers now feel really bad because I did not get an Edgar's Awakening. Now, earlier, it was okay because... Oh, wait, you know what? Fine. We're now forced to take the Blood Fountain. I might cut a Blood Servitor for that reason. Yeah, we have too many creatures. I think I can cut both Blood Servitors. Yeah, all of a sudden, I'm scared to... Well, we definitely are not panning into green anymore. Vampire's Kiss, Cruel Witness. The Cruel Witness is actually fine. We have 8 non-creature spells. I can also just take an Evolving Wilds, but you really don't want to if you don't have to. It would probably replace a repository. It might replace a repository scab. It's a good thing it shows that auto. I'll take the Stitch Assistant this time. Wow, we're gonna have to make quite a bit of cuts. I might end up just cutting both Undead Butlers. As much as I like them... Oh, wait. These are... Wait. When it dies, you may exile it, return target. Okay, you know what? Never mind. It actually is another way to get stuff back. I don't need the Blood Fountain quite yet. So we can cut the Blood Fountain there. Okay. I might also... Well, we did get our second Grisly Ritual after all. But now we are... essentially looking for as much cheap stuff as possible. The Siphon Essence, probably not so great. Also, because Hullbreaker Horror triggers on spells. Okay, I have a full set of Ragged Recluse, and I'm probably not going to run it, so we'll just take the uncommon. Okay, full on both. So we got decently rewarded. Witness is very nice. Yeah, Witness is fine. Some people would throw the draft for rare drafting. In quick draft, throwing the draft, it's kind of fine because it doesn't really, because at that cost you're drafting with bots anyway. It doesn't really hurt anyone else in the draft. At Premier, you get more value from winning than from throwing it for rares. I would take a rare if it's something I really need. That I was really tempted with that white-red land. If I didn't have any other decent pick there, I would have taken that. Now, considering we have a few big stuff, I am definitely keeping 17 lands. I need to try to slip... Oh, wow. This is... Okay, but here's the bad news. We have too much blue. We have too much blue. I might cut a few other blue cards and replace them with Blood Servitor just to drop down the amount of blue here. Yes, we need double blue for Hullbreaker Horror, but I still need to make adjustments. Like I probably don't want 2 copies of Repository Scab. I might choose between a Blood Fountain, another Blood Servitor, or even the Aim for the Head. I think I will take the Blood Servitor here. Now I probably don't want to go 10-7 here. I still want to go 8-9, but at the very least, by slanting the colors this way, I know what to keep. I know what not to keep. It doesn't help my mana, but it does help my decision making and mulligans. So we are tree heavy, which is why we need to keep 17. There is a temptation to like go 10-8. Hey, Kyle Braxton, thank you for liking the stream. Well, you missed this the draft part, but the summary is I started with the bleed dry, kind of went a little bit all over the place between black blue, black white. I think there was a black green we got a howling moon, so black green was open at some point. In the end, we stuck with black blue. We got rewarded with blue at the end, so it is. I would say that people are quite under drafting blue. So that's probably one way to look at it. I would say that the call for white was actually correct. It based on the based on the information we had at the time, that was actually correct. I probably will have to make adjustments later. Yeah, peace to you too. Peace to everyone. Shalom, everyone. May everyone have a great day. May everyone have a great week. May everyone have a great rest of the year. May you luck into a bomb on your third pack. Okay, this one's a bit sketchy, but I am gonna keep this because I know we have more black than blue. Worst case scenario, it's just like the worst case scenario is we just cast Chill to the Grave to cycle a card. This is why I wanted 10-7 more than 9-8, but taking the risk there. Also interesting that our opponent has not played anything else yet. Wow, they really haven't played anything else yet. Wait, Cemetery Illuminator. You may look at it. Here's our black source. I can play this one that does nothing. I can play Stitch Assistant. Scry, draw a card. I'm actually going to pass on this one for now because we do have a Chill to the Grave to buy us a bit of time. Because I'm pretty sure our opponent drops some. Wow. Opponent's got nothing. I'm gonna play the Undead Butler. Ooh, those are some lands we needed. Then we don't have to stick. You may cast a spell, so Cemetery Illuminator doesn't benefit off the triple land flip. Ugh. So I might actually just pass. Opponent's probably scared of our hand as well. They haven't done anything. It's super sus. Black has the board wipe. White does not have a board wipe. Wait, no, white has a board wipe by invitation only. So if we run into anything big, we're Dollhouse of Horrors. Okay. It's only from their graveyard, so no benefit of that. Now we have to actually cast something. I cast the wrong one. It was supposed to be Stitch Assistant. Anyway, let's just drop that. It's still... It's very sus, alright. I'm actually gonna just stop playing cards at this point. Okay, still... No, I think I can stop it. Oh, we now have to actually discard. Okay. I think technically it should be the Scattered Thoughts. let's say our opponent goes by invitation only now and sacks for 4. We would draw. We would have a chance at 3. I'll be honest, that whole thing was sus. I have no idea what happened there. Was our opponent playing a 3-color special? Or, because I've seen some people draft the 3-color, 4-color, all rare special. And it's possible. What kind of hand did our opponent keep that, no, they did make their land drops. We were kind of tight for lands. That was so weird. Your deck was way too powerful. The op just cowered away in fear. I wish. I wish. It wasn't even the final form. But we got our 1 win. We'll take it away there. Thank you so much to our opponent for. Okay, but in all seriousness, it is pretty. Yeah, it is super strange, but basically it is an important lesson that you have to be aware of what your mana fixing possibilities are before you go 3-color. Like, even going 2-color, I was already very scared. Like, you saw me cut a bunch of blue cards just to avoid getting shanked too much. Okay, we're definitely keeping this. Definitely run the Catgeist on 2 because, yeah, if opponent kills the Catgeist, 1, they're monsters, but 2, it's okay. But yeah, that was. I'm suspecting our opponent had a 3rd color, they just never hit it. If our opponent drops, well, at least we have the mana to cleave. Blood Petal Celebrant. I'll go Catgeist first because our opponent will definitely swing with this. They'll drop a Daybreak Combatants. They're gonna swing a lot for it. They're really gonna swing a lot for it. Okay. So we have Bleed Dry as an option. I can play Archghoul of Traben just to trade with the Daybreak Combatants. I can play Catapult Fodder just to. Oh, I actually should double check here. I might not have the right cards for this to flip, so this would actually be a very bad card. Well, we do have an Undead. We have a pair of Undead Butlers. That's 1, 2. Let's see if it happens, because if nothing happens to the Catapult Fodder, we can flip this. And if our Ceremonial Knife. Our opponent is out for blood. Here's the thing. I am willing to block just to. Opponent's not willing to test it. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most questionable play ever. Okay, not too bad. Okay, we lost a Gargantua and a Grizzly, so no attacks. But we did flip our Catapult Captain, which might not have been worth it, I'll be honest. What can we get back? We can get back the Gargantua, which is good. So we'll actually chump this one. Let's force our opponent to have a 4 mana or 5 mana removal spell, and you can. Okay. We will exile. We will get back Rot Tide. We still need 1 land, but. Oh, we can also get Mind Leech and Blood Servitor, but no, we're taking the Rot Tide. That's kind of up there already. And we have an alternate 2-drop if ever. Yep, Undead Butlers pan out. So we can get probably the Mind Leech Ghoul. Because our opponent has played so few cards that I kind of want to know what they're up to. Well, they're sacking them now, so they kind of need something. Ooh, they didn't get the sure strike shot. And the cat guys are still drawing cards. Okay, so we can now play Desperate Farmer. Oh wow, we can play Desperate Farmer, Mind Leech Ghoul to Mind Leech Ghoul to find out what the heck our opponent has, because we're probably not hitting with Catgeist anymore. Not as a 1/1 anyway. We did hit Hullbreaker Horror, but bye kitty. Now I'm the monster. Yeah. Show me what you got, what you really... Oh, what did they exile? Vampire's Kiss. Oh, wow. Okay. And let's see, Cemetery Illuminator on... Probably take their Power Spawn. Let's get that out of there. Because our opponent has black, they probably have... Okay, Blood Betrayal. So they're borrowing our Depraved Harvester. Okay. Let's put in the Rot-Tide Gargantua because it's big. That's big enough. And we can also still snipe the Keswick Flame Breeder if ever. Oh, that's actually enough. What was I talking about? That was it. Let's hope you don't have Animal Rights Act. In my defense, the kitty has already passed. But it's still cruel. Let's try not to okay, when I started going into the exploit, that was the interaction I actually had in mind. Let's hope we don't have to do that too often. But yeah, but hey, we got our second win there. That's very neat. You know, I actually forgot to check in my haste to get to start the stream. I forgot to check what the daily was. I know we're ticking down on it, so we're getting stuff for it. I forgot to check because usually if it's like a 500, I would cycle it, see if we hit the 750 anyway. I know some people are saying, no, it's been hard to get 750s. I've been getting a few 750s here and there, so... It does still happen. Be patient. You will still get them. Wow. But that was a neat match. This is not so neat. Like, we have 2 mana, but Undead Butler does not fix our mana. Quite the opposite. I am scared to mulligan this because I know we don't have much help afterwards, but if we get stuck at mana in any position, this is really bad. I'm going to take the mulligan. There, that's better. So Undead Butler, Stitch Assistant, Archghoul of... Oh, wow. Now, we have to decide what to keep and what not to keep. I suspect we bin the Archghoul. Because we have Butler into Stitch Assistant, that's a play. Opponent has a Blood Fountain. Okay, another blue source would be nice. Oh yeah, we are going to mill a few cards, so that might be a concern too. Well, we got another Undead Butler, so we do need double blue down the line, just not quite yet. And if our opponent decides to snipe this, we do have another... Well, okay. On the bright side, we needed land anyway, so that was actually not too bad. If our opponent decides to Flame Bless Bolt the Undead Butler, we have another one. But we definitely want to scry and draw. Opponent goes for the Epic Cure, gives themselves a little more blood. If they have the 2 mana uncommon, that would be annoying. Okay, we hit the Parasitic Grasp. My goodness. Let's get in for the 1 damage because I'm certain the opponent never blocks. And we need to exploit. What do we get back? We get back Mind Leech Ghoul. It's still something. It's better than nothing. Yeah, since we only have 1 choice, it's okay to leave the Undead Butler trigger on top. So we are okay, got the land we need. So next turn we can go Cruel Witness and then probably start chucking spells if we need to. So there's a plan right there. Parasitic. Opponent has their own Parasitic Grasp, but it's only and a Gift of Fangs. Okay, we now have a good reason to Parasitic Grasp that. Excel. There is a creature card. What we can actually do is Undead Butler. See what we flip. Archghoul of Traben, that's fine. Mind Leech Ghoul. Cash that in to get back the Archfiend of Traben. Let's try to bleed our opponent's hand for now. Yep, that was a Falcon Rat Celebrants. That's would have been nasty. Oh, we could get back Stitch Assistant. No, we're getting Archghoul this time. We can still take hits for now. Opponent has the Blood Craze Socialite, so we hit our Hullbreaker Horror. Okay, this has Menace, so that's an issue. I might just Parasitic Grasp it now. Since we know our opponent is dry on cards, we can afford to wait things out a little bit. Desperate Farmer. Oh wait, that's perfect. That's perfect because our opponent did not leave up enough mana to hold that, so we can take their Blood Craze Socialite. I might just pass. Like, our opponent wants to flip this, that's for certain. Opponent gets a 4-3. We have the Bleed Dry if we need to. Let's see if yeah, that was a natural trade. I think our opponent also finally well, they're only getting 1 creature back. They're probably... Oh, they have Wedding Security, but that's still kind of flooded. We have a Repository Scab to get back an instant or sorcery. We do have to Bleed Dry. Cruel Witness is kind of fine. It's not going to get past the Wedding Security. You know what? Let's Dome the Wedding Security first, since that's kind of their last card. We do have to be careful because they are about to get stuff back. Like, they're probably gonna just crack the Blood Fountain now. They had okay, Blood Petal Celebrant's fine. We are getting close to this map. Hold on. Oh wait, because blood. Let's get the Bleed Dry again. We are willing to trade these two, but if our opponent swings, I might just block the Blood Petal Celebrant and force them to have a combat trick. Opponent is cashing in. They're cashing in again, so they are not going to be able to activate Blood Fountain if they do decide to swing. They will cash it in next turn, but it's Sanguine Statuette. So first of all, let's make sure the shenanigans are gone. Let's take away the Desperate Farmer. Hey, guess what? We too have a Desperate Farmer. And we have the land for... Oh wow, we're kind of getting there. You know we're about to dump... Well, let's remember that... Okay, since they're playing out cards... Let's see if our opponent can see this one coming. Now, technically, I could have also just played the Cruel Witness, but... I also left the Voldaren Epicure on purpose so that if our... Okay, I'm concerned our opponent might have a Bleed Dry, but you know what? Let's go for it. They don't! They concede! And with that, we make it to Platinum. I don't have to rush for the... I don't have to rush to hit Platinum anymore. So that's good for us. Yeah, GG. Hullbreaker Horror reads, 7 mat, 5 blue. Target opponent concedes. Well, it's a bit It's busted in draft, I will admit. Oh, so it's just playing lands. Okay, I could have rerolled that. But there, we got 3 wins very quickly. So we had a bit of a scare there, to be honest. We were quite close to. We were running near the razor's edge. Our opponent did not have that much interaction, I think. So that's where we kind of lucked out. But otherwise, it wasn't too. Otherwise, it wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, I have to actually resend a few picks also. While we're waiting, oh wait, match is here. Okay, got the mana. We got the. Well, we don't necessarily have the Bleed Dry, but the Chill of the Grave can cycle as a card. So Undead Butler. I think we've overused the Undead Butler quite a bit. That the Butler might be the real MVP this game. We also have a Cemetery Illuminator. Opponent did take the Glade. Okay, we got Cat Geist on this one. We also got them. So we actually have a few options. If our opponent actually domes this, we actually have a plan. Opponent goes Old Rutstein. Gets themselves a treasure. Now, there's no point in us swinging here. We definitely want to Bleed Dry eventually. I can play Chill, but it kind of does nothing. We kind of want to just play the Cemetery Illuminator. Probably nuke our Mind Leech Ghoul. So, opponent mills out another land, but they've already ramped quite a bit. So, that's why having the Bleed Dry is kind of good. Opponent is going to eat our Cat Geist. I can't complain about that one. It's, well, that's more of a... Oh no, that's a human arm. Okay, that's fine. was gonna say Circle of Life and all that. We have our own Undead Scavenger, but with no... We also have a second Bleed Dry, but we have the first already, so I might actually just keep it. And we can actually just cast the Archghoul of Traben off the top. Opponent... They have 7 mana now, so... 8 mana now. So I'm actually scared already at our opponent's position. They might have the... Were they the same Butlers Undying to Serve? You know what? I actually want to take a look. Yeah, we are not doming this guy anytime soon. So we're gonna have to bleed this one dry. In fact, the best card in this situation is probably going to be our own Diregraph Scavenger. Oh, they have Witch's Wood. Fine, we take the Witch's Wood. Get it out of the way. That was a bit sad, but well, it is what it is. Yeah, we now met our match. Our opponent finally had a big rare. Now we can chill to the... Oh wait, we can't chill to the grave. We're 1 mana shy. I could block with Undead Butler just to get the... Opponent's not doing anything. Okay, that's fine. I'll accept that, actually. They have their own Undead Butler. Oh good, they milled the Grisly Ritual. Pointed Discussion to draw some more cards. Neat. Actually, they do have a creature that is kind of nasty, so... We seem to be eating each other's graveyards at this point. But also the important thing for us is to keep casting at least one spell to keep it in day. Our opponent is incentivized to flip it tonight. Opponent's also incentivized to start swinging hard. There's a Wedding Security, which is actually... Okay. We're gonna tell this guy to chill. I might have to cast Scattered Thoughts just to... 2, 3... We can still cast Scattered Thoughts, but... Now we have now we have a plan B. So Scattered Thoughts, we are digging for you know who. Dormant Grove. Now they want to start growing things. Okay. So our opponent had that's a very good one, Apprentice Sharpshooter. So we really have to go over our opponent's head. That's pretty much our only plan here. Does our opponent also flip? I think our opponent's gonna try to well, not quite. At least we got them out of the way. It's a good thing we got... I would rather do it this way than draw them naturally 4 turns in a row. Oh, we're so dead. Wait, hold on. What can we get back? We can get back Cemetery Illuminator. That... Yeah, we might as well use our mana since... But this is a big blocker, but we might as well use it now. So yes, we'll take another zombie butler. Thank you. We will exile. Get back our only card, Cemetery Illuminator. We will Cemetery Illuminator. Start eating. We'll eat their other creatures. And just play another Undead Butler. Ooh. Ayo, there's a Rot-Tide Gargantua. Cycle blood or draw cards to continue get lands. Yeah, well, it's happened to the best of us. It's happened to all of us. So we're kind of used to it. Opponent discards a bleed dry. Thank goodness. They might still have removal, but you know what? I'm glad that they're actually down to. We're actually down to 12 cards as well because we milled quite a bit. So need to be careful. Also, we drawn quite the we milled quite a bit, so caution whenever necessary. Opponent's gonna start going really big at this point. Yeah, they're gonna start aggro. We might not survive anyway, so there's that issue. So let's see. We have 16 life. Ideally, we want to block this one just to turn off the vigilance. Actually, it doesn't matter that much. We probably want to block this one because that deals the most. 5, 6, 7, 8. We can block an Undead Butler. That's fine. We're not exactly trading with anything, so probably don't want to give up too much. Hold on. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, we'll take that. My concerns are opponent still has cards in hand, so that might be an issue. We will actually put in graveyard. No, we actually want to draw that. So return target creature card from your graveyard to hand, which would be Rot-Tide Gargantua. Opponent has Dawnheart Disciple. Okay, so our opponent's really going wide. This is probably going to be the first game we lose, but yeah, Repository Scab to buy back removal. Wow, we're having plans upon plans, but we might not have the mana to do all of it. Hold on. I can play Repository Scab just to get the bleed dry. That leaves us with 2 mana, not much. I can also just go for the Rot-Tide Gargantuas, force him to sack something, which is probably just going to be the Dawnheart Disciple. No, we need to get spells back. We have a bleed dry in the yard, so we probably want to get that back ASAP. We can also get a chill to the grave because that also buys us time, and we're down to 4 life. Yeah, we kind of need to take the chill actually. Hullbreaker Horrors on top, but we might not survive long enough. Reclusive Taxidermist. Okay. +1/+1 until end of turn is annoying. Which card do you put the counters on? We also hit the Grizzly Ritual, but yeah, we're probably dead no matter what. Like, let's say I can block this to survive this one. 3, 6. I can. Let's see. We give up the Archghoul here. We have to give up Scob here. We're taking 6. We're forced to give up the Undead Butler. Give up the Cemetery Illuminator. Oh wait, he attacked with the Caretaker as well. Yeah, so we were dead anyway. Yeah, we did. We didn't get there for this time, but you know what? That's fine. That at least we can say what we lost to, which is a very big bomb. And as long as we don't run into another 2 of those matches, we would stand a chance. That just happened to be the one bomb where we have no real answers to. So that is how it is. Also, yeah, the bit of weirdness, like, hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? You want more lands? Here are more lands. Well, at least we got rid of them the usual way rather than just, you know, I think I might have gone insane if I had to draw those 4 lands in a row. What's in like draw step, draw step, draw step, draw step. I would have gone back. I would have gone crazy on that one. That would have been a really bad day. So let's see who we're matched up against. Okay, definitely keeping this. No Butler this time, but we have a Blood Servitor. Close enough. And we drew into the Horror a bit early, but you know what? I'll take it. Let's see what our... So turn Servitor into probably Cruel Witness. Opponent probably does not want to sack it that early. I also probably want to just hold on to this one. Like, I can play Cruel Witness and then cast Rawtide Gargantua with the Servitor instead. We'll see what our opponent's plan is. They might have a burn... So I'm definitely going to go Cruel Witness, Rawtide. Let's see what our opponent has. They've been looking at our Blood Servitor as if they have a burn spell, which would be annoying, but... Okay, they don't. Also, not going to swing into the Sanguine Statuette. That feels like a waste. Now, our opponent just might have a Braid in hand. That would be expected. There. See? Called it. So, no attacks. I kind of want our opponent to swing in with something. They've only... If they're going to just crack swing... Yeah, they have to have something at this point. This is 5 mana. Okay, this is insane. So I'm going to actually just do Stitch Assistant. So here's the thing. If they both Stitch Assistant, I'm not sacking anything. That's how it works. So as long as the Stitch Assistant's on the battlefield when I sack something, it's good. They go Vampire's Vengeance. Okay, so I'm getting nothing. Okay, fine. But that gets rid of their Sweeper, so kind of fine with that. Also, they've done practically nothing that I can probably just play the Rawtide Gargantua straight and just Hullbreaker Horror afterwards. I probably also want to do that anyway because it looks like our opponent's sitting on nothing but removal if they have not played anything else. So it was a good thing we baited that out of our opponent. It's actually... Then again, I actually don't mind if our opponent plays something. Investigator's Journal... it's actually fine. It's like the second coming of Maze Mind Tome. Only much worse. You definitely want to keep these 2 lands though because I am... Okay, now I can afford to cycle 1 out. We are gonna decline. Force our opponent to start using their removal. That's the important part. Well, they've used quite a bit of removal, but they definitely still have more. Similar to first match, a little less sus. Yeah, because they actually did stuff. They are probably sitting on tons of removal. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to take another free hit, but you know what? That's fine. Also remind ourselves that Hullbreaker Horror has Flash. so it's not perfectly immune. Ideally, we would have an instant as well so that we can... Catapult fodder is... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. Because we... Reckless Impulse draws cards. Pointed this... They might just cast both. Oh, they're going for the transform plan. So we need to aggressively swing. Also, if we can convince our opponent to start sacking more blood tokens, I'm all for it. Because our opponent wants to make 5. Vampire's Kiss, okay. Then they get to transform it, yikes. Yep, can't do anything about that. And what's this? At beginning of combat, up to 1 target. Okay, so we're gonna get beat down a bit in the air if we can't get the Hullbreaker Horror to do it for us. That said, if we hit another spell, we can kind of bounce it. Lacerate Flesh. Okay, that's good. That's 1 burn spell I wanted out of the way. In fact, I can actually swing and... Okay. Our opponent is... I can swing with Hullbreaker Horror. Our opponent is forced to actually chump block. They're taking it? Oh my gosh, they took it. Oh wait, that's because I don't have enough yet, so I need the Scattered Thoughts. Return target non-land permanent. We're gonna return this Bloodbath Summoner. So I need 2 cards in hand. Probably these 2. Because that gives us a Cemetery Illuminator. Return target non-land card. Now I wish I cast that first. I goofed up on the sequence. So exile a card. What do I have? Do I have any... The bleed dries are instant, so we're gonna take the instant. Yeah, we kind of goofed up on... Okay, they gave up the Undead Butler. They're looking for removal. We did goof up on that one. What we should have done was cast the Scattered Thoughts, hope to land this. Bloodcrease Socialite. They're just... Okay, they're just going wide, but... There's no 2-mana removal for the Horror. Our opponent loses as soon as this flips. We might as well just keep bouncing stuff just to be safe. And that flips. We'll swing with both. I'm just waiting for our opponent to tap down that last 2 mana. I could have done this earlier, but I wanted to be safe. Just wanted to make sure our opponent did not have anything that I wasn't thinking of. Yeah, we got that one. Whew. This time it's our turn to be unfair with the with the mythic. Yeah, definitely a good game, but definitely a scary one also. Our opponent's bomb was no slouch, and our opponent did set up their game in a way to take the best advantage of it. So against many other draft decks, our opponent had a very good shot. If we did not have the Hullbreaker Horror on standby, our opponent definitely would have won. So yeah, it's a good way. It's a way of saying many apologies. I happened to have the bomb rare, and I did not first pick it to add insult to injury. Yes, you are all my witnesses. That was not pack one, pick one. It was not even a pick one of any of the packs. I was gifted it. Speaking of gifts, we have to gift ourselves a mulligan. We have a Blood Servitor, but the correct place really to mulligan this. There you go. Hey, and we even got Gerard. You know what? We should name these guys. Like, okay, so we have two butlers. So one is Gerard. What's another famous celebrity that's also butler? So repository scab. We don't have anything to get back unless I cast Chill to the Grave first. I might just do that actually. Because it draws us a card. Opponent's not really doing anything right now. Okay, draws us a land. So with this sequence, we probably just ditch the land we kind of need because we have Grisly Ritual. We can decide later. I might have to hold on to this. Okay, that was decent. So we can play Catapult Fodder on standby, but let's see. Yeah, because Repository Scab. Ooh, this is. We have to. Sorry for the Catapult Fodder, but we do have to give up the Butler because we need to get multiple cards back. So probably Cemetery Illuminator. That's our replacement. So we're going to see if our opponent swings with that. Maybe we just take it. I don't see a good reason to run into a Sure Strike. Undying Malice. Wow, nice. Now we have a decent reason. I probably still won't. Yeah, I think I can still afford to take, so no. I am willing to salute Cemetery Illuminator for the Malice, though. We can kind of buy one turn with the Chill to the Grave at least. Yeah, it's a swamp, so... Opponent has to bleed dry. Well, okay, that's fine. So, probably not gonna get Catapult Fodder out anytime soon. But we did get something better to exile in the process, so... Yeah, we're gonna pass again. Actually, we can swing. Because we know what we're getting into. Yeah, that was a bit sad, but... It's gonna be even worse when our Ragged Recluse... Okay, that's gonna flip. What does this flip into whenever it attacks you? Oh. That's annoying. Oh, wait. Why did I let it go? Oops. This has Menace too, right? That's a mistake. Ooh, yeah. We're so good. We're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose the game because of that. That was a big miss. That was a punt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to hold up this much. That was a horrible punt. I'm really sorry, guys. I really goofed up on that one. Now, we also have an interesting decision. Do we tap down the Celebrants or do we tap down the Recluse? Because our opponent hasn't triggered it yet, though. Grisly Ritual. Yeah, we're gonna lose that. Oh, wow. Now that's an interesting question. Because our opponent can flip this. We might not have a choice. We have to Gift of Fangs. Wow, they really hit all the... How many removal spells was that? Actually, no, it's not that many. We just goofed up our sequence here. Like, we go down to 2. Opponent doesn't get to flip this anymore. We will go down to 1. The opponent's actually holding back, but okay, let's start cracking. Mind Leech Ghoul. Let's see what we can get back, but we're probably dead anyway. And also see what our opponent's last card is. It was a Bleed Dry. Oh, wow, they really were they really were full of removal. Hold on. Nope, they're all even, so no point getting Catapult Fodder. I might just get Stitch Assistant, but that sacks another card. No, we're taking Archwolf Raven. So if our opponent has one more non-creature spell, we're dead anyway. Our opponent might actually start sacking just to get to that point. Okay, they discarded the land. They discarded the land. I think it's over for us. Wait. They discarded the land. it's end step. Okay. I kind of want to swing with these two. Oh wait, I have to. Okay, let's say I swing with everything. I take our opponent down to 6, but they can. Yeah, not enough also, and the celebrants go live next turn. Yeah. I guess we have to do the same thing. Cruel Witness is not going to do it for us. Well, it has to bleed dry. We have to bleed this one dry though. Actually, no. If we bleed... Oh wait, hold on. If they don't have... Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because they've just blocked one of the 3 drops now. So I actually still have to hold back. We can still be dead anyway. Flameless Bolt, so we go down to 1. So the question is, does our opponent have another non-creature spell? Rending Flame. Yeah, they did. I was saying a while ago, our opponent probably didn't have that much removal. Nope, turns out they had a lot of removal. That's pretty much the hallmark of Black-Red. I'm not surprised with that. So we not doing very well, guys. We did get 4 wins, but starting to we did punt that one game. The math was not on our side. So any game could be our last from this point on. Let's see if we can get that last game in. Let's see how far we can go. Let's hope this game isn't our last. But on average, 4 wins is decent. Okay, question it now. Turn 2 Undead Butler, but if I lose my... Well, I have a Chill to the Grave to kind of draw into something. So, let's keep a sketchy hand as an argument. Okay, we did mill 2 lands. Does our opponent please... Okay, Steelclad Spirit. We do need to draw a card though, so... And it's not a land, so we are in real trouble. We were supposed to have lands, but Undead Butler betrayed us. I am probably gonna end up playing the Archghoul of Traben just to start drawing into... Also, we can get back Catapult Fodder. Opponent going to probably Oh, did not sack anything. Now that we know that's the situation... Since we still need land drops, I am going to play the Stitch Assistant. Sack the Undead Butler. We're gonna get back the Catapult Fodder. It buys us quite a bit of time. It's probably don't want that now. There, hit the land. So next turn we can go Diregraph Scavenger or any combination of plays. We will trade. We have Bleed Dry, but we have to assume our opponent also has Bleed Dry. It is a common. We did hit our Hullbreaker Horror. Let's force them to have that counter spell. They're clearly holding up one. They're not. They might be holding up removal. Let's force them to have that removal. Okay, I have no idea what they have now. Scattered Thoughts. Okay, so we had that option too. Bins 2 lands. Apparently they don't need them while we do. Especially now that we have Hullbreaker Horror on the way. This guy's not gonna attack anytime soon. Not that we needed to. Gluttonous Guest. We did hit our land, so I kind of want to play. Let's just play this. Let's just start exiling cards off their yard, even if it's just the Scattered Thoughts. Probably get syncopated, but no, it's not syncopated. It has to be a cheaper counter. I think our opponent might have a syncopate if that's the situation they're in. So we have the Blood Servitor to... So we have a Blood Servitor on standby. We still need to hit lands though. The opponent does have the Bleed Dry. It's a good thing we got that out of the way. So this is gonna be like a bit of an attrition control game. I might just play Archghoul of Traben now that the Bleed Dry is kinda gone, so that if our opponent has any more removal for other stuff. I could also go Scattered Thoughts, but that eats up all my mana. Let's just play Archghoul. I suspect the moment we cast a spell 4 or more, our opponent... Okay, we can swing at Dargraf Scavenger, but... Yeah, because this one... Okay, let's at least get rid of that. Get that out of there. And let's see, is that a land? No, it's a Bleed Dry, but we definitely want to decline that because that's our only other piece of removal. We're gonna be a ways away from Hullbreaker Horror if we keep keeping all the good stuff, but we might not have a choice but to keep all the good stuff. Opponent had to give up their... Oh, they really flooded. They're either really flooded or really setting up for Toxrill or their own Hullbreaker Horror, also known as a disaster. So we have to be very careful of the moment our opponent leaves 7 mana up. Well, if they're going to be this aggressive in sacking blood tokens, maybe not so. Yeah, sure, gain the life for now. No real rush here. Undead Butler. Now they might have their own Catapult Fodder, which is an issue. Land. They definitely have Catapult Fodder if they're running Unhallowed Phalanx. That's pretty much the only reason to do that. We are, however, going to give up our own Catapult Fodder because we need to start hitting other land drops. Well, we can also hit Rot-Tide Gargantua. That's also good. And we hit our land drop as well. So... let's force them to have a counterspell? Okay, let's do that. Let's force them to have that counter spell. No, they don't have a counter spell. Question, if I go for the sack, they get back Unhallowed Phalanx, which is not really... It's not too bad, actually. Because it's a good thing they have well, they technically also have the Steelclad Spirit, but neither of them are really interesting to get back with Undead Butler. At least if they sack the Butler early, it means they've used it up on something that's not instrumental. Let's see. Yeah, because this comes ETB's tapped anyway. They're just casting the Phalanx. We did not hit the mana, but we are going to swing with the Rot-Tide Gargantua. We can go Scattered Thoughts to... Okay, opponent's actually gonna take it. Like, I can go Scattered Thoughts, Mischievous Catgeist. I probably want to just end the turn here. Do I probably... Like, hold up the extra mana in case it is Syncopate that I'm worried about. Though, if they are running Syncopate, it's kind of Xaxis. I'm basically waiting to see what they're gonna drop. Mind Leech Ghoul. Okay, let's see what they sack. They sacks itself. Okay, so we'll resolve. We'll probably give up. The Scattered Thoughts. It's a bit too expensive. Cruel Witness. Let's see if our opponent swings. Does not swing. We'll try to get them with a Bleed Dry. Opponent does have defense, but now that we know that, we can I don't see a reason to rush this, so we're actually gonna just do this now while our opponent's kind of shields down, and just cast the Catgeist. So now we just need to keep bouncing the Unhallowed Phalanx back. My concern is our opponent might have a... Well, can't be a counter spell. Might have removal. Like, they played one Bleed Dry. They could have a second. Let's see. So if they actually play... If they actually exploit to get back Bleed Dry, I'm actually going to wait for... Yep. I'm actually going to wait for them to cast it. They're gonna keep holding it. Yep, we're gonna do the same thing then. We're gonna get our own Bleed Dry. If our opponent lets that resolve, we get the Bleed Dry. If our opponent snipes it, we don't exploit anything because we get nothing out of the effect. So decline, and no attacks. So we got them to use it up. Good news. We have a Mind Leech Ghoul, but probably don't want to play it quite yet. It's about whoever can drop their first hull. Yeah, we both been on standstill, so it's actually quite scary. Like, I'm very certain our opponent has another Bleed Dry, but I can't do anything about that, so we're just gonna cast this now. If we lose the game because our opponent has a second Bleed Dry, so be it. If our opponent was just sitting on counter spells... Okay, do they have the removal? They might have another Bleed Dry, which would be annoying, but can't do anything about that. Let's see if our opponent does anything. Nope, that's not. So we're gonna sack the Catgeist, so we have another spell to cast. Also exiles a card off their hand. They might have removal for it. I'm certain. Grisly Ritual would do it. So we have to make the most out of this. I'm gonna put it on. Let's see if our opponent actually has... I'm pretty sure they have a trick in response. Yeah, they do. But we did get quite a bit of value out of the whole... Oh, they're just going to trade those two? It's fine with me because it gets the scab out of the way. I don't have to worry about... exploit into bleed dry again. Opponent's going to block that way to prevent me from drawing a card, which is decent. Do they have the... They have their own Hullbreaker Horror. Wow! But... Why didn't they play it earlier? Were they expecting me to have something? Because right now it's going to be a game of... It's going to be a game of bounce. Like, our opponent can bounce the Gargantua. Okay. No, they're just going to do the cheap bounce first. Bounce that. Okay. Let's see if they bounce any more stuff. Because ideally for them, they don't bounce that much. Ideally for us, we can draw. Okay, so they're going to probably bounce the Rot-Tide Gargantua, which kind of makes sense, but it gives me another sack trigger, so that is an issue for them. Which I don't absolutely mind. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because the question, it's a question of, can I get our opponent to a low enough life total? Like, let's say I cast this. I have Parasitic Grasp on standby. Our opponent bounces everything else off. No, we're going to cast this now. Let's force our opponent to have the counterspell for this. They probably do. We do get a pseudo draw off the arch. Wow, they've been having responses to the Rot-Tide Gargantua all day. Bounce it, and to bounce another one. Okay, so but our opponent's used up a lot of cards just to get to that point, so we can just decline, replay this. They're kind of down to 2 cards. They will need to sack this one to get more. Repository Scab is probably the worst thing they can get back. So close. Whispering Wizard. Hold on, this is human, right? It's a human, okay. Take it. No, don't have to take all the hits. Let's see if they cast anything else. No, they don't cast anything else, so play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do they have any more instants? Because that's going to be so interesting. They have a Syncopate. Wow. So they can bounce my Hullbreaker Horror. I bounce their Hullbreaker Horror. They get to play it back first, but they get no benefit out of it. I get to play it back, but I kind of need lands to get the benefit out of it. to think if there's a one. They did have a syncopate after all. So, hold on. Desperate Farm. Desperate Farmer. You're outside Gargantua. It reduces the number of creatures they have on board, which I'm kind of okay with. We do have a decent life cushion, that's the kind of good news. Yeah, opponent kind of needing to decide what to bounce. Hold on, so we can play these two one after the other though. So the question is, what does our opponent bounce? If they bounce the Harvester, I'm fine with that. We end up taking 7. Oh, they have a Doom Dissenter. Okay, so we end up taking... We go down to 3. So this is actually bad. Hold on, do we have the mana for this? We have 11 mana. I can't really cast Hullbreaker Horror. So this is what we're gonna do. And the reason I can't really cast Hullbreaker Horror is, let's say I cast it, but I didn't just cast something else. I'm still taking 3 damage just from the small guys. I can play the Desperate Farmer, which does give me some sort of lifelink, but if our opponent has a response, I'm kind of doomed anyway. Wow, this is a bit of a toughie. Because I can also play Archghoul, Desperate, then Rot-Tide to scratch the board again. Our opponent just gets Doom Dissenter back. And they can just crack and bounce it. Okay, if they crack, they can get back Mind Leech Ghoul, Steelclad Spirit, which are just 2 drops also. I'm gonna actually just play the Desperate Farmer, but I think they have it in the bag. I can't beat this one. Also, our opponent can just cast an instant to bounce Hullbreaker Horror as it's coming down. So we're really counting on our opponent not realizing the Blood Fountain text, so I'm going to actually keep my mouse away from Blood Fountain. Yeah. Should have played the Hullbreaker. Opponent would have been forced to recast Horror. That's... They have their own Rot-Tide Gargantua. Okay, so... Yeah. I guess it's just me saying that I'm quite... Oh, wait, hold on. What does our opponent sacrifice? Yeah, it doesn't matter because we won't be able to... We won't be able to block enough to survive. It just sacrifices itself to ensure it comes in. Yeah, that's good game. Yeah, it's probably more correct to just play the Hullbreaker Horror and just drop it, but... Yeah, that was a miss. It does get admittedly very complicated. It's not every day we're having Hullbreaker on Hullbreaker action. Keep the kids away, guys. But yeah, it's something that we are learning that, well, unfortunately, as much as we want to say that the format is good if we don't run into bomb rares, it's kind of inevitable that you will run into someone with the bomber. Heck, we were the ones with the bomb rare for a time also, so I guess it does kind of even out in that respect. So that said, yeah, we kind of broke even. Would have preferred one more win, but I'm 1,400 gems for 10,000 gold and 3 packs. That's a bit reasonable, and we did get a second Hullbreaker Horror. Well, we had one earlier. We now got the second one, so we'll definitely take that. But definitely a lot of lessons to be learned. I'm definitely not at the level where I can foresee a lot of that gameplay. So but I'm gonna try to work my hardest on evaluating the situation better. Maybe if we run into a Hullbreaker on Hullbreaker matchup again. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Okay, consolation list, that's good. This episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And okay, Dream Shackle, guys. That's also actually quite a good rare. I would have liked to open that. Also, this would be my 4th copy already. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, I did finally make 100 subscribers in YouTube. What is a good idea to run for them? Maybe let me know in the comments. I'm still thinking about it. It can wait. It's not a big rush. Heh, this was the card I opened pack 1, pick 1. I didn't take it, but I ended up blue anyway. The reason was I took a bleed dry. I still kind of stand by that decision because it's hard to, because you kind of want removal if you're not getting a bomb, at least the first few picks. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Sticking together. Thank you so much, Jericho Ilagan, Kyle Braxton, Tim Sopcat. Thank you very much. As always, thank you all. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe and do be careful.